Hello everyone and welcome again to a Decks of the Weekend. I just returned from Milan. You can see my bag unpacking and even my cat who immediately jumped off the latest bag opened because I went to Milan for the Poppergeddon, which is a Popper main event in Italy. Over 200 people showed up, 226 to be precise, the cup. And I actually got to top 8 with just Sky Ephemerate. We then split the top 8. Got there with a 6-1-1, drawing the last round into top 8 with just Sky Ephemerate. Yeah, I mean this deck is pretty special. I love it. 4 Cleansing Wildfire to go up with your 10 bridges. The Pauper format is amazing. I love it. The Pauper people were very good. I got to enjoy, meeting a lot of new people. Yeah, just the environment was. I didn't know a lot of people there, and so I got to make new friendship. Of course, it was my first big event, since 2020 really. So a lot of people that were watching my stream or watching my YouTube channel got to do a lot of that, which I definitely miss. Interacting with real people. It's good. I mean, it's also good to read the comments about people being happy about my content, but nothing beats the real magic and the real interactions. So the deck I've been played and again top 8 with is just Sky Ephemerate, which is a control deck based around just card advantage between Cleansing Wildfire, Muldrifter, Ephemerate, and your Archaeomancer, which with you recur the Ephemerate with. And you have Fire Ice, Lightning Bolt, to interact with the opponent. You have Late to Dinner and Soul of Migration kind of to kill the opponent, while or like Crimson Fleet Commodore to just go over the top if you can't kill all the creatures. The most popular deck at the event was Boros with the new experimental synthesizer. It was roughly 20% of the metagame, but no copies made the top 8. So it was 47 people showed up with it and no copies made the top 8. And I went 3-0 against it, and another just Ephemerate who made the top 8 went 3-0 against it. So this deck is definitely very good against the most played deck in the format, as well as being, just a nice control deck. You have Counterspell, you have Dispel as the interaction, and then you have cyber powerful cards like Dust to Dust in white. It's very important in this format since Affinity is a major thing. In fact, I was about to play Affinity, but I was very afraid of the Boros matchup because Boros has Dust to Dust, Revoke Existence, and so on and so forth. I was really afraid of fighting the Dust to Dust matchups. I played against one Affinity and won it with Dust to Dust plus sideboard. I have 1 copy of Dawnbringer Cleric in the main and 2 in the side. This card is also cool. It's a new card. You get to kill makeshift munition. You get to do a lot of cool stuff. Power Blast, some Cannonade. At the event, I actually played Stonehorn Dignitary, but I don't know. I'm still unsure about it. Maybe Fire Cannonade is better. And then 4 Hydroblast, which is very important against Boros. And then a second Dispel, which really comes in a lot because Pauper is a format where instant magic is really, really good. So yeah, this was my deck. I'm not saying it's the best deck in the format, but it was definitely a good performance for me. I enjoyed it. And again, you go Bridge turn 1, Island, Cleansing Wildfire turn 2, you kill a land, but you actually don't kill it because it's indestructible. And then you go get a basic land, point to play tapped, and draw a card advantage is through the roof. You can also kill a Basilica, Orzhov, or a Boros Garrison from the opponent, or you can kill a Tron piece, but most likely you're going to use this Rampant Girl plus draw card, which is just a fantastic card that doesn't exist in Magic. Let's go into Modern now. This is the most common format. Let's take a look at Living End. I'm going to show you the list first, and then I'm going to show you the tournament that I took this list from. So this list comes from an ARG event, which is an American circuit that happens over there. Where was this, for example? This was in Fort Wayne, which my ignorance... I mean, I'm not ignorant of the American geography, although on top of my head, I do not know where that is. And Piper Powell, she went all the way up to first place without taking a single loss. And you can see that Living End made two more spots in the top 8. So Living End really dominated in this event, as well as four color Yorion, the classic four color Omnath deck that we are very, it's just one of the best deck in the format. I rank it number 1. But yeah, Living End, wow, 3 in the top 8. Let's take a look at Piper. Sorry, I said Popper before. Piper's list. She's playing 19 lands, 3 Living End, of course, and she's playing with 2 Endurance main, which is a huge. I mean, maybe she probably won the mirror match many times because huge edge in the mirror as you have Endurance 2+2 to, well, just kill the opponent in graveyard. Very relevant against the Little Dragons with Channeler deck. Of course, it's a little bit hard to cast, but well, you have the Forest and so on and so forth. You still have Grief with all the other things. And you have Colossal Sky Turtle, which is, of course, a green card, so you can pitch it to both Endurance or Force of Vigor, as well as a blue card to pitch to Force of Negation or 3 Subtlety in the sideboard. No Brazen Borrower, so we don't have an answer to a main deck Chalice of the Void, but that's kind of going to the downswing. Blue-Eye Control, having a tough time against the 4-color Omnath, of course, so it's going down, as well as, you can just, you can maybe grant the opponent via art casting Grief. Actually, no, this deck does not run any copy of Sunken Ruins, but yeah, by just, art casting Creator of Mysteries, Endurance, and maybe even, these 7 drops. But I guess a Chalice of Zero is definitely a worst enemy. This is why you have Force of Vigor, Foundation Breaker. As well as, well, you post-cyber, you can definitely R-cast Subtlety way more often against blue-white control. But yeah, Living End, definitely a top choice, either this or Timor Rhinos, but in this weekend, in this event, Timor Rhinos did win the PTQ by an Italian player, Adriano Moscato, on Magic Online. This like huge PTQ with over 200 people was won by Timor Rhinos. So yeah, all the Cascade decks are super mega viable, very good decks. Don't be afraid that by the fact that Counterspell is a very much played card, this deck can definitely play around it via Grief or just Force of Negation. Playing card in your opponent's turn could be as deadly as a turn 3 Living End can be. Let's now hop into the Magic Arena, which I always love to feature, even though maybe I don't play as much Magic Arena for the channel and on my stream. I still think that in my decks of the weekend I like to show some at least one Magic Arena format. And today I'm going to show you Standard. Standard, this list is Golgari mid-range. This list comes from the GG Tour event, which awarded a PT invite. Over 250 players competed, and Jacopo Di Napoli won with Esper, as well as Azurus in the finals. The top 8 is 8 different decks. Well, I guess you have 2 mono white aggro, but yeah, top 8 super diverse. The deck I'm choosing from is Cotinada, which is a member of the quote-unquote House of Gucci. This is my testing team for the PT. I don't contribute anymore to that group in this moment. I'm waiting for the new PT formats to show up to start practicing for the new Capinna Pro Tour. But they are very active, and they came up with this very sweet Invoke Despair list. So this list is playing green-black mid-range. You have Celestus, Prosperous Innkeeper, and you have Shigeki Jukai Visionary. It's a 2-mana 1/3 that for 2 mana and a tap, you may put a land from among top 4. You may put a land from among the top 4 into play. So you basically like a City of Wayfinder kind of thing you put into play, and you pick up this back in hand, meaning that this is simply just card advantage. It's expensive, but it's card advantage. Although the strong ability I think is the channel one. XX green, so you pay 4, you get back 1 card, you pay 6, you get back 2 cards. You get back 2 non-legendary cards from your graveyard, and when you're ahead and you're getting back Binding of the Old Gods or Invoke Despair, you are really just going over the top, of course. It's non-legendary, so you can't get back the Massacre, Loath, or Ezekiel's Chariot, but again, Invoke Despair is going to be your main target with this. Dig Up, it's a really interesting one. It's very similar to what Traverse the Overwhelm used to be in this kind of decks, consistently giving you access to black mana, as well as, well, a Demonic Tutor for 4 mana. I guess a Diabolic Tutor then. Yeah, Ray of Enfeeblement main deck, this is a big testament to the fact that if you want to kill a creature in this format, you want to kill a white creature. White decks performs consistently very well. Again, Mono White Aggro, 2 in the top 8, Boros Aggro, and Ores of Mage range. Luminar Caspirant is the name of the format if you want to play aggressive. This card is nerfed in Alchemy. It's really, really good card. So, Raven Filament, 4 copies in the main. Sorry, 2 copies in the main and 2 more in the sideboard. So, for a total of 4. But yeah, this will be it for my decks of the weekend. My cat still there, sleeping. I'll have to move it eventually, as it's night for me, and I'm gonna go to sleep soon, so that I'm back tomorrow to do all my work to keep up the content flowing. One video every day on Mengucci channel. And yeah, if you like this video, please make a like, subscribe, make a comment, and whatever you want. But yeah, I'll be doing my decks of the weekend every Monday. Stay tuned. Goodbye.